You mean before the draft in like next
Just
week?
either, do you think they're going to draft the person with the 30th pick? Yes, there's going to be some old, like a Ryan Kalkbrenner, or do you think they're going to go out and use that pick to make a trade?
That's hard to say. Because it's like even if they get a guy back, they're not gonna play him. Whoever they draft at 30. I think what's gonna happen is if they have that pick, they'll draft someone who they feel um would help the team and stuff. But unless they had a trade in place already that they draft for someone else kind of thing. Like we don't know, like me and you don't really know at this point. Can't really comment on that. Um like to me, if I'm them, there's no point even drafting someone uh, they're not gonna like play the guy unless you find someone that is like a Jalen Wells kind of type, like but those guys are like they don't come in often kind of thing.
Well, I was going to say, would you package Norman Powell, Bogdanovich, and the 30th pick to Utah for a package of John Collins and then maybe another veteran? Like, I think you could maybe
No,
get Jordan Clarkson or Colin Sexton thrown in
no,
there, or get a
no.
combination of Svi
For
Mykhailiuk.
that's I think you're going that like if you giving up Norm like that is already you're going down from what you bring John Collins, Jordan Clarkson. I don't think that's what you would want to do if you're the Clippers. Like you're just getting worse at that point for what you can get from Norm.
Even if you could get John Collins, either or John Collins
Because
plus either
I know what you're saying. They want to
Sexton
be
and
more
Clarkson.
athletic, right?
Yeah,
You
and then you
want them
get
to be more athletic, but I think like to me personally, I think John Collins is he's a kind of an empty Cowboys player, if you get what I mean. Maybe you think he's more of a he
he
hasn't
had a
been in the
great
right
year this
situation.
year.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, but like he had great years in Atlanta too, but it's not like they're not. He's not impactful in a way that as a Salty Adama or like a guy that have worse numbers, but like an Alex Caruso type, where it's like, damn, this guy on the floor, like he's really helpful more so than like he's a 1910 guy. Like he looks great for fantasy, right? But like
Mhm.
he's not in terms of what a coach wants. He probably like I don't know if that guy fits what we want to do, kind of type.
Yeah, and I just did this. I just pulled the deal up. You could do a deal where it's John Collins, Colin Sexton, Svi Mykhailiuk for Norm Powell, Bogdanovich, and Drew Eubanks.
I mean, apparently Grant likes the Collins for Powell thing, but I'm more of a. I think you can get more for Norm, but I don't know what the Clippers think about Collins, so I can't really comment on that. Um, I mean, it does help with their athleticism, but John Collins also is not a shooter, though.
What do you
So
mean?
like he can shoot, but he's not like your okay, he's gonna hit that when he's wide open type of guy. So like the
Mhm.
spacing is gonna get worse if you bring in John Collins and stuff. So
No,
and
John Collins had a great. I think you're like disparaging John Collins, bro.
no, but
John
he's more
Collins
of
had a great
he's a
year.
rhythm guy. He's a rhythm shooter. Like they need guys that can just
He had back
because
his
the Clippers
career.
go on scoring droughts, and that's why they had Norman bring in Norm, and he can kind of like get you out of it. But like I I guess yeah, maybe I'm just hating on John Collins.
Yeah, I think you're hating on John Collins because my whole thing is in this deal. You don't extend Norm Powell. You replace him with Colin Sexton. Bogdanovich is
Oh wait,
replaced
you
by
had Sexton in that deal too?
Yeah, and then you have Svi
Oh,
Mikhail.
I thought you had Clarkson. Sexton's way different. I like Sexton.
Yeah. So then you get John
Oh, in
Collins,
that trade,
and two of them are expiring contracts. One of them's on a super cheap deal.
that might be something to consider. I thought you had Jordan Clarkson. That's why I was putting all my anger on Collins.
Wow.
but yeah, Sexton, that changes the whole dynamic because Sexton as your sixth man, like your backup point guard, like and your combo too, like ooh, that opens up a lot of opportunities for what Ty wants to kind of do on offense and defense. So
And it's expiring.
and it's expiring. So for Sexton, Sexton's gonna be like, I'm finally playing on a team where I can compete. Doesn't care about tanking and stuff anymore.
Exactly. Alrighty, that was everything I had to ask you, Sam. Thank you for coming on. We really appreciated it, and I hope to have you again. I'll see you in a month or a little under a month when we go to Summer League.
Three
If you
weeks.
guys want to go check out Sam's work, go to hoopshype.com or go to at Sam Yip _ 2 times on X, aka Twitter. But that's basically it from me. You got anything else you want to say to the people?
Now I'm out.